What if I told you there are places on Earth so secret, so restricted, that even standing near their gates could get you arrested? Hidden in deserts, buried beneath mountains, or locked away in heavily guarded compounds. These facilities are so mysterious that most people will never see them, and in some cases, never even know what happens inside. Today, we're going inside the secret government facilities you'll never see. Governments across the world create restricted sites for defense, intelligence, preservation, or control. But what makes these places fascinating is not what we know. It's what we don't. The tighter the restrictions, the bigger the questions. Why can't we enter? What's happening behind those closed doors? And why are some of these locations guarded more tightly than national borders? Instead of starting with Area 51, the one everyone has heard of, let's begin with facilities far less known, yet perhaps even more mysterious. Deep in the Australian desert sits Pine Gap, a joint U.S.-Australian intelligence base. From the outside, it looks like a strange cluster of giant white domes scattered across the red dust of the outback. Most people driving past have no idea what they are. But inside, Pine Gap is the nerve center of one of the world's most powerful surveillance networks. Its main job is intercepting signals from satellites, everything from phone calls, radio transmissions, and radar, to the trajectories of missiles in the sky. For decades, intelligence experts have claimed Pine Gap plays a critical role in global security. Reports link it to U.S. drone operations in the Middle East, suggesting that the base provides the real-time data needed for targeting. What makes Pine Gap so unusual is how little is known even within Australia. Many politicians in Canberra admit they don't have full access to the operations. Journalists who tried to investigate were stopped far from the perimeter. Locals in Alice Springs sometimes see strange aircraft in the skies at night, fueling questions they'll never get answers to. To this day, Pine Gap remains one of the least understood yet most powerful intelligence facilities on Earth. A silent outpost that listens to the world. Thousands of kilometers away, in the Ural Mountains of Russia, lies Mount Yamantau. This place is so vast and secret that experts still debate what lies beneath it. Officially, Russia has given several explanations: a mining site, a food storage facility, even a national treasure repository. But satellite images tell a different story, showing enormous tunnels, construction sites, and activity stretching for miles underground. During the Cold War, Yamantau became the subject of endless speculation among Western intelligence agencies. Some believe it is a massive nuclear bunker, capable of housing tens of thousands of people, complete with food and water to last for years. Others suspect it serves as a relocation site for Russia's leadership in case of nuclear war. Whatever its true purpose, the scale is unlike anything else on Earth. Witnesses describe train lines leading directly into the mountain, with heavy ventilation shafts that suggest vast chambers below. Yet, to this day, Russia has never revealed what Yamantau really contains. For the outside world, the answers remain buried deep beneath the rock. Not far from Mount Yamantau lies Mezhgorye, a town that doesn't appear on regular maps. Unlike other closed cities of the former Soviet Union, Mezhgorye has never opened its gates. Civilians cannot enter, and those who live there are believed to work directly with the mysterious facilities under Yamantau. What fascinates outsiders is how ordinary Mezhgorye appears from satellite images. It has houses, schools, shops, the appearance of a small town, and yet it is completely sealed off. Theories suggest it houses military personnel and their families, all dedicated to maintaining whatever secrets lie under the mountain. The concept of a closed city was common in the Soviet Union, but most of them eventually became accessible. Mezhgorye has remained locked away. Imagine living in a town where every neighbor is part of a secret project, where outsiders are never allowed, and where your entire life revolves around something the world is not allowed to know. That is Mezhgorye, an entire community hidden in plain sight. Across the rolling hills of Yorkshire, England, sits RAF Menwith Hill. From afar, the base is instantly recognizable by its giant white radomes, often nicknamed the golf balls. To passing travelers, they might look almost harmless, like oversized weather balloons. But in reality, Menwith Hill is the largest electronic monitoring station in the world. It intercepts satellite signals, phone calls, and internet traffic on a scale that is difficult to comprehend. For decades, Menwith Hill has been at the heart of the Five Eyes Alliance, the intelligence-sharing partnership between the United States, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. It is said that nearly any international communication could, at some point, pass through the ears of Menwith Hill. Local residents have long wondered what happens inside. Some describe hearing a constant low hum in the air. Others recall protests outside the gates, where demonstrators demanded to know how much surveillance was happening. But questions rarely get answers. The truth is, Menwith Hill is a listening post for the entire planet, hidden behind the quiet hills of northern England. Hidden deep inside a mountain in Colorado is the Cheyenne Mountain Complex. Built during the height of the Cold War, it was designed with one goal in mind: to survive a direct nuclear strike. To this day, its blast doors weigh 25 tons each, capable of sealing off the mountain in seconds. Inside lies an entire underground city. There are miles of tunnels, offices, living quarters, even its own power plant and water supply. At its peak, thousands of people could live and work inside without needing to step outside for months. The complex even contained gyms, cafeterias, and a chapel, designed so life could continue during a global catastrophe. For decades, Cheyenne served as the headquarters of NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command. It was here that radar operators watched for potential missile launches during the Cold War, ready to alert the world if the unthinkable ever happened. Although its role has changed, Cheyenne Mountain remains on standby. If disaster ever struck, this fortress carved into stone could once again become one of the safest places on Earth. In the heart of Vatican City lies an archive so secret, so mysterious, that for centuries it has fueled speculation. The Vatican Secret Archives. Behind its closed doors lie documents spanning over 1,000 years. Papal decrees, royal letters, treaties between nations, the paperwork that shaped world history. But access is almost impossible. Only a handful of approved scholars are ever allowed inside, and even they can request only a limited number of documents at a time. To this day, over 50 miles of shelving remain hidden from the public eye. Some of the texts we know exist are fascinating. Letters from Michelangelo to the Pope, documents from the Knights Templar, and reports from missionaries who traveled to the farthest corners of the world. But what about the rest? Could there be forgotten writings, suppressed works, or ancient secrets locked away forever? The real mystery of the Vatican archives isn't just what we know is inside. It is the countless volumes we may never be allowed to see. On a remote Arctic island in Norway lies the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, sometimes called the Doomsday Vault. Built into a mountain of solid rock and permafrost, this facility was designed as humanity's backup plan. Inside are millions of seeds from crops around the world, preserved in case of global disaster. The vault is so well engineered that even if the power failed, the natural cold would keep the seeds frozen for decades. But despite its noble purpose, access is strictly controlled. Only a handful of scientists and custodians ever step inside. What makes the Seed Vault even more intriguing is that it has already been used. In 2015, during the Syrian civil war, scientists requested access to retrieve seeds that had been lost in the fighting. For the first time, the vault proved its purpose: to safeguard humanity's future when everything else fails. The Svalbard Vault is one of the few secret facilities built not for war or control, but for survival. And yet, its thick steel doors remain closed to the rest of the world. No list of secret facilities would be complete without Area 51. Tucked away in the Nevada desert, it's officially described as an aircraft testing site. But for decades, the base has been surrounded by myths, rumors, and speculation. For years, the U.S. government refused to acknowledge it even existed. It wasn't until 2013 that official documents admitted its presence. By then, Area 51 had already become legend. Satellite photos reveal long runways and hangars, but the real mystery lies in what happens inside. Some believe the base has tested aircraft decades ahead of their time. Stealth technology, drones, and prototypes never revealed to the public. Others imagine something stranger. But the truth may be even more fascinating. Technology so advanced that it remains classified to this day. Warning signs surround the perimeter, and armed patrols make it clear: approach too closely, and you will be stopped. Even though it is the most famous secret base in the world, Area 51 remains one of the most heavily restricted places on Earth. From hidden spy stations in the Australian desert to frozen vaults in the Arctic and mountains hiding entire cities underground, these secret facilities show just how much of our world remains off-limits. They protect, they control, they preserve. But above all, they remind us of how little we truly know about the powers that shape our lives. So now we turn to you. Which of these facilities shocked you the most? If you had the chance to step inside just one of them, which would you choose and why? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed uncovering these hidden places, make sure to subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss the next journey into the world's most forbidden and mysterious locations. Hit the bell icon and join us as we explore more secrets that were never meant to be seen.